Reporting live from Hyper Clubhouse in Atlanta for Comedy Hype News, I'm John Ava. Now, Coco Jones is the latest figure to sit down with Shannon Sharpe for a new interview on Club Shay. The 90-minute interview touched on Jones's early life, career struggles, and experiences in the industry thus far. Now, during their conversation, Jones would talk about her experience as a child actor and the process of transitioning from a child actor to an adult actor or artist. From there, Sharpe would bring up Camille Winbush, who is mostly known as Vanessa from The Bernie Mac Show, as someone who turned to OnlyFans as a way to supplement income because of residuals from The Bernie Mac Show had slowed down. Sharpe would ask Jones, how difficult is it for a kid to transition to adulthood when there's no longer a steady stream of income? Now, the rest of the conversation in the clip wouldn't mention Camille Winbush, but instead focused on Jones' experience finding a lane for herself as a respected recording artist after being featured in several Disney Channel sitcoms in her early teenage years. Well, Camille Winbush would catch wind of this clip from the full episode and had an issue with it being used as clickbait. The clip, which can be found on the Club Shay YouTube page, has a headline that reads, "Coco Jones on Bernie Mac Kid Star joining OnlyFans." The thumbnail of the picture will also show a very clear picture of Camille Winbush. Now, Winbush would take to social media site X to say, "Not Club Shay using me for clickbait. Don't ask my neighbor, come to me. If I'm good enough to talk about, I'm good enough to talk to. Love Coco though." From the looks of it, many others would feel the same way. One user under the comments of the Club Shay video would write, "I get trying to clickbait and stuff, but this title is unnecessary and could have been worded entirely different." Now, when Winbush shared her own frustrations with being used as clickbait, many understood where she was coming from and agreed. When Winbush stated her own desire to be interviewed by Shannon Sharpe, several social media users issued out their support. One social media user would manifest, "I'm sure the invite is coming." Another social media user would share their thoughts on Winbush appearing on the show. "You'd be great to get on the show. Push to get on. Contact the powers that be. People would love to see you all grown up. A lot of older people like my mom who love the Bernie Mac Show aren't on social media but would watch Club Shay. I def watched the episode." One more would write, "I think you should go on Club Shay and let the world see how much you've grown." If you can remember, back in 2024, we at Comedy Hype would conduct an interview with Winbush where she would explain her reasoning for joining the OnlyFans platform. There she would say, "People that are outside the acting world have no place to speak on it. When people are saying, oh, those Bernie Mac checks must have dried up, I'm like, from a job 20 years ago when I was 12 years old, yeah, like duh. The checks get smaller and smaller every year. You're not making the same amount that you were when the show was current per episode. 20 years later, those checks are not sustainable for a living. If I can find a way to make enough to buy a home from the comfort and safety of my own living room, why wouldn't I do that?" It seems like ever since Winbush would join OnlyFans, she's had to consistently defend herself from critics. In 2023, it was also discovered that Winbush's former Bernie Mac co-star, Dee Dee Davis, who portrayed baby girl Brianna in the sitcom, also would join OnlyFans. Social media users would begin to shame the two women for joining the platform, with some claiming that Bernie Mac was turning over in his grave because of their decision. Although those were meant to be jokes from the online community, Winbush would come out to say their attempts at being funny weren't working. At the time on X, Winbush would say, "The trolls are hungry again, so here's some food for thought. I've never been arrested, never been on drugs, don't have any baby daddies, I pay all my taxes, I drink water and mind the business that pays me. If the most scandalous thing strangers can say about me is that I took some sexy pics as an adult and made a couple million in less than 2 years, I think I'm doing all right as a human in today's society." So what do you guys think about Camille Winbush's reaction to being used as clickbait for a Club Shay interview? And would you like to see Winbush on an upcoming episode? Let's talk about it more in the comments below. Plus, stay up to date for the latest news in comedy by subscribing here to our YouTube channel. Make sure you follow Hype Plus and Comedy Hype across all social media. Plus, do me a favor, head over to hypersclub.com right now, check out some of our full interviews and get your membership and begin to watch some never before seen content. Reporting live from Hyper Clubhouse in Atlanta for Comedy Hype News, I'm John Ava.